everybody. Welcome. It's time for Lunch with Punch on a Friday, no less. Welcome inside the South Point Hotel and Casino. Jeff, you like that one? Behind us is the famous sports book, which is going to be packed all weekend. The show's called Punchlines. It's a fun mix of sports, comedy, conversation, a lot of gambling advice. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan, and today's show, I promise you, will not be a heartbreaker like last night's Thursday night football game was for the 80% of gamblers who had the Cowboys minus 5.5. Who is this guy?
No way.
Brandon Aubrey.
Oh my God, no!
Wide right.
He missed it! Oh,
how many TVs does this guy have?
And the Giants are gonna cover.
And the Giants are good. Was that you in the room, Jeff? It sounded like you.
I don't know. I had so Ryan and I on Football Frenzy yesterday.
Right.
Both of us stayed off of the sides. Both Ryan and I, by the way, gave out some very good stuff from yesterday and some stuff that had no chance yesterday.
All right.
Which is a nice little mix. If you bet Wan'Dale Robinson stuff, you were in great shape.
All right, we're gonna get
if
to
you
all
bet
that.
Lamb touchdown, good work by Ryan. But it was
We're
good
going to
stuff.
get to that. Oh, I have some bragging to do, too.
You were bragging?
You'll be very proud
I'm
of me.
proud of you there,
Behind
Frank.
the glass, that gentleman right there, he's like a Friday night on the Vegas Strip. So many fun options to choose from, be it graphics, stats, or funny quips. And you don't have to board a long plane ride to enjoy tripping with them. Our producer, Ryan McCormick. Hey, Ryan. Ryan, what's on our travel itinerary for today's show?
Well, first, I did enjoy that missed kick because to close Football Frenzy, I did say there was something about the Giants, so I did end up taking the 5.5. So that kick was good for me.
I posted this on Twitter. I in a pick'em league that my friend Bill runs, been doing it for 20 years. I had the Giants plus 4.5.
Yeah, buddy.
Plus 4.5 points because he does the Monday line, does the early lines. So I didn't even remember who I picked. I looked and I went, you got to be kidding me. But you know what? Let's talk about it real quick right now. So Jeff, last night, first time ever on the show in picks at 12:36. But I didn't introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. The man who saw the same amount of pitches as the New York Mets the past 2 days because honestly,
Why is anything in baseball anything?
that's why the host of Sports by the Book, Mr. Jeff Pose is here. Yay, Jeff. Woo.
You know what? That line is now immortalized. It's great. I love it.
Why is anything in baseball?
Well, I could tell you that competency is still not the strong suit of the offices in Manhattan for Major League Baseball.
Okay. Yeah, they could have played that game on Thursday.
Just play it now.
Play it at noon. Play it at 1.
Play. Both teams are off on Monday. Play a game on Monday. Play 2 on Tuesday, and you don't have the mess. Granted, I think it benefited the Mets because Lindor will be healthy now for this weekend, and they don't see Fried or Sale now.
That's a little. Seems like the frozen envelope again for New York.
No, I'd much rather not have to play a doubleheader potentially with a playoff game the next day. Frank.
Right.
I can tell you that.
Now we're going to get into that in the Punch Bowl. Don't worry about it. Okay, so anyway, last night, I on the show yesterday for picks at 12:36, which is coming up in 33 minutes, I gave out a triple. I gave out CeeDee Lamb over 60 yards because he had to come back after that horrible game that he took the blame for. I took Daniel Jones' longest completion over 33.5.
Okay.
And then I thought, okay, I'm going to go 2 out of 3 because the last one was Daniel Jones to throw an interception. Now, I saw the kick miss. I'm like, I got stuff to do. Ryan writes me, got your interception. I'm like, what? So on the last play of the game, apparently he hit.
Yeah, he got there.
Anyway, I went 3 for 3 on the first time I've ever given out 3.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look at you.
It'll never happen again.
It will not happen again.
No, never. But write it down, damn it, it did happen. Ryan, what's going on? We have a bunch of fun stuff on the show. Did we go over that?
No, we did not.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff on the rundown, on the itinerary. We're so excited. Well, Jeff, do you want to talk about the Giants and you want to talk about the cover?
Yeah, well, we will be talking about some stuff in Major League Baseball, whether it be the final game in the Oakland Coliseum or the playoff races coming up, and then stuff in the NFL with the amazing games that we have this weekend, as well as college football. And we will have one thing on Caitlin Clark and Magic Johnson. So
I love it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, comedy clip of the day. Okay, so Ryan sent this to me the other day. This clip is like a PSA. I'm going to look at the camera. This is a PSA to all of our significant others who don't realize that for the next 4.5 months, don't mess with our Sundays. Here's our comedy clip of the day.
Hello?
Okay, so Jeff,
Hey, girl,
this
what's up?
girl's on the phone making plans for Sunday.
No, you're good. What's up?
He's waking up
Yeah, you want to go tomorrow?
Sunday.
Okay. Is it like a me and you thing, or is Derek coming too?
The turn to the camera.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, Ian doesn't have anything planned.
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah.
Now,
Well, we
either
can
this
go
is
to the
real
mall
or it's a
and
really
then
good
we can
acting
go
job because
to
I don't know.
Target.
Could be acting, but anyway,
And
it's
then,
funny.
yeah. We can bring the boys too.
By the
then
way,
he
if it
starts-
is fake, why would you want to shoot it this way?
He
Well, yeah,
starts
we can bring the
flapping.
boys.
Yeah.
No, I got the
And then that way
got the
Derek and Ian can
Falcons.
kind of
Doing the
stay with
dirty
the boys
bird.
and watch them. And then we'll do lunch too.
Again, I don't care if it's real or
Okay,
fake.
yeah.
It's hysterical.
What time? Like we could go like 5. Start at like 5. Okay. Yeah, no, he said he's down. Yeah, that sounds good.
I am not
Okay, yeah, we'll
down.
meet up. Okay, girl. Yeah, so Target, lunch, and then the guys will stay with the boys. Okay, that's perfect.
Oh my God.
No, yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
He said he's really excited. He's really excited. Okay. All right, girl. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Am I
Okay,
just
bye.
not here anymore?
Excellent. By the way, Atlanta Falcons at home, slight favorite of the New Orleans Saints. Jeff?
Not in my picks because of the number move. I'll tell you that.
What do we have right now? I have 1.5 here.
That's
I know, it's a piece of paper.
it is a piece of paper. I'll give you
Game
that.
change.
2.5 in the market. I didn't mind the 1.5 in the beginning.
What do you like in that game?
I think the Saints proved who they were last week, right, Frank?
Well, they look pretty good. I mean, that was a tough
Frauds.
game against Philly. Oh, come on. They took a good Philly
Oh,
team.
come on. That was the worst coached game of the year by Nick Sirianni, and they still won the game.
Oh, there you go. This is why Jeff Parles is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Whatever.
Right?
If anybody pays attention to the referees in games,
Is this Clete Blakeman?
that game has John Hussey.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Again, I like Hussey Screw.
What about Hussey that you want to talk about?
Divisional home teams are 40 and 15 in Hussey.
So,
all right,
take
so I'm
Kirk
on.
Cousins and the
I'm
Atlanta
on to
Falcons.
something then, Frank.
What?
I'm on to it. I like the Falcons.
You like the
Yeah.
Falcons? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
there you go.
yeah.
Clete Blakeman,
Since
and then the other guy.
2016. Yeah, since
The refs are getting outed a lot more nowadays, which is good.
By the way, that Blakeman trend did lose, by the way, when you brought it up 2 weeks ago.
Okay, all
Because the Steelers won that
Well,
game.
I wanted to jinx it.
Okay, sure.
And then the Land
Sure you
Clark one. What's the Land Clark? There's a Land Clark, the referee.
It's a great name.
Yeah, Land. My name is Land. There's also one about him, and we'll figure it out. All right, let's do a roll call. Let's see who's watching the Shizzo right now. Shizzo, what year is this? 1998? Who am I? The question I started the show off with was a good one because I see a very active room and a lot of familiar faces in there. Or familiar names. I don't know your faces. I really don't. I don't know what any of you look like. If you came up to me and be like, "Hey, I'm Mini Dar," I'd be like, "Oh my God, I love you." I've never met you though. David Sanders. I've met David Sanders. Have I?
I think you
Did I? No.
I don't know. I know he's met
Okay.
Alex.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm different than Alex. Ladies and gentlemen, the question was, who in college football has the best uniforms? Now, I went with UCLA. I do love the powder blue UCLAs.
Ooh.
And then, yeah, those are good.
Wow, surprised you went there.
I love the UCLA uniforms with the gold helmets. I went with Pitt and the blue and yellow.
Biased.
Not the old, it
You're
is.
biased.
Not when they were the Pittsburgh Panthers and they went with the mustard. No. Give me the blue and yellow. Then I went off the board to a team I don't really follow a lot, but I do like Ole Miss. Ole Miss with the powder blues, red stripes. Ole Miss has a good uniform. Ryan McCormick said you got to go Oregon because there's so many options. Sean, creepy Sean, do the lean. Creepy Sean. There it is. All I see is his head come into frame. He said 1,000,000%. He goes with the Oregon Ducks. You, Jeff, have been holding out on us. We had an active debate in here. I'm sorry. Let's see real quick who everyone else had. Best uniforms, JR says, I hate to say it, but Notre Dame and Penn State. I knew someone would come with the boring Penn State, though the Buckeyes stickers on the helmets are top of the crop. Those are cool. Alabama for the classic look from David Sanders. Like Bama helmet with the player's number on it. David Sanders, I agree. Keith Lyle college uniforms are mostly bland except for Oregon. All right.
Yes.
So Jeff Parles, you've been sitting on this. Wait. Vince Las Vegas. TGIF to you, Frank, Jeff, Ryan, Punchy's crew. Do we know Vince Las Vegas?
Sure do.
Who's Vince Las Vegas?
That is Vinny's son.
Oh, Vince. Oh, I love it. Watch the tournament with Vince.
Yeah.
Kind of forget the end of it myself.
That's
but,
okay.
some
We
alcohol.
remember it. That's all that matters.
I took a lift home, not an Uber. I'm banned, but Uber or
You're
Lyft.
banned.
It's a long Uber story. No one really cares to hear that story. It's not fit for air. We'll tell him some other
Okay,
thing.
all
Just
right.
next time you come see me.
All
because
right, so-
I've been working on the Lyft story. Or the Uber story. It's very
Okay,
good.
well,
So
tell
anyway.
them your stand-up,
Yeah,
actually.
well, I'll be at the Brad Garrett Comedy Club next Sunday, October 6th. So
there we go. Look at
All
that.
right, Jeff. So best college uniforms. Let me hear your input.
All right. So some of Oregon's combinations
Some, yeah,
are
there's a lot.
awesome. Some of them I think they're just trying too hard. That's just the way of it is.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of the yellow helmet that they have this week. I love their green apple helmet, the classic.
And they're wearing what? White uniforms?
They're wearing
Yeah,
the jersey part of it's actually real nice this week. It is white jerseys.
If we want to take a look at the Oregon.
Oh, yeah, let's see
Yeah.
them.
Do you have them?
Yes. Just give us 1 second.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
They're wearing
We'll filibuster.
Wearing the white tops, yellow pants, yellow helmet, green stripe.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the yellow helmet.
It's so clean.
Well,
I don't like the Mizzou has the yellow helmet too. I don't like it either.
Okay. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, like that, like the jersey, like the shirt portion of that is awesome. But
That's a weird picture to tweet out that's the uniform they're wearing. Guy just sitting in his locker room.
why
with a
not?
football.
You don't know who it is because he got a shade in
But
his
just
eyes.
a
He's
little
good.
more active or standing, and instead he's
I
just
don't
like
know.
sitting there like, Coach, am I playing today?
So for me, I do go to the classics.
Uh-oh.
One that has not been mentioned so far, and I'm a little surprised
Michigan?
by
No,
it.
where are you going with
Is Michigan?
Oh, I read your mind.
Is Michigan? The helmet is great. The University of Delaware also has the exact same style as well,
I
Frank.
am not familiar with
It's just
the
more.
Blue Hens?
It's more. The Blue Hens are more royal blue than dark blue.
Where Joe Flacco graduated
That
from?
is correct.
After he went to University of Pittsburgh first?
And didn't play in front of Tyler Palco for whatever
Tyler
reason.
Palco was a
It was
good
a great
player.
mention there.
Tyler Palco, he's a lefty, but
So
anyway.
Michigan, love them. Classic, great. Ohio State's also great too.
Palco. Ohio State's are classic.
They're classic. I do like Penn State's. They are boring, but I do like them.
As a Pitt guy, you have to
Yeah,
hate them.
and then
But
we'll
they're
go
classic.
one more classic. I like your UCLA edition.
You're
I was
gonna
surprised
go-
at that. I'll keep it in town
I
now, and I'm
know.
going to go with USC.
Okay, final thing I'm going to say. When they finally allowed UCLA and USC to both wear...
It's the greatest looking matchup of all time.
That is where I was going
Yeah.
with this. There is no better game to watch for that. When UCLA used to have to wear the white, or USC had to have the white on, it didn't look the same. When I grew up, it was the blue and red. Then they went back to having the home team. No, when they play, that is visually the greatest game. That is my favorite game. USC, who I'm not a fan of, they have great uniforms. It's the Trojan, pretty badass.
Yeah.
We also have Craig Parles in the chat saying Coastal Carolina has an under the radar.
Now, wait a second. Can someone, is there any way, should I just do it on my phone?
I got to Google real quick.
Okay.
It's
Okay, hold on.
he's talking about the teal, which
This is your dad watching the show.
yeah, he's going with the teal jerseys, which is very unique. The logo is ridiculous too. The Chanticleer, which is just fancy,
Whoa.
which is just fancy for fighting chickens, Frank.
All right, so this is it?
That's Coastal Carolina.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a unique look.
It's very Jags looking a little bit.
It's unique.
Little Jags, little Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm surprised he pulled that. If we're going off the radar, then East Carolina's good with the purple.
Oh my God, here we go. Now, I know those.
Yeah.
East Carolina Pirates? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, very good.
You know why I remember that? Sandra Bullock went there. Sandy, as I call
Is
her.
that true?
She did.
Okay.
I saw an interview once with her say I went to East Carolina, and it's one of those things I've never forgotten. I have a very strange mind.
Also, Vince McMahon apparently went to ECU too.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
Let's see. Hussey is a good name for a referee.
ECU is-
Keith. Alabama. Okay, I think we covered the uniforms. All right, a lot of good ones. Ryan, you're sticking with Oregon? And you have
Yes.
a favorite college uniform?
No, I agree with you.
Oh, wow. There we go.
Yeah, UCLA is great.
They're classic.
I like their basketball uniforms a little more than I like their football uniforms, though.
Those are great, too.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Lines of the Night. We even have a black and gold graphic. I am wearing my Steelers shirt to get ready for Sunday's matchup, but we're going to do Lines of the Night. And this is a shirt that Ryan got for me for Christmas. It was a little Christmas present from Ryan. So I like to wear it for game day.
That's the first time with me on the show that graphics existed.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure if you had seen it yet, so I wanted to make
I've
sure.
seen it, but it's not with me on the desk. It's very nice.
There you go. All right, Jeff,
Very
what's
nice.
your line of the night?
So it's not really a line of the night. It's more just the fact that Derrick Rose stepped away, retired from the game of basketball, and Ryan McCormick and I had a conversation yesterday before Football Frenzy, which was at 3:00 yesterday. It's at 2:00 today.
Football Frenzy today with
2:00. Vinny
You.
Magliulo, Chris Andrews, myself, Jimmy Vaccaro. Really,
that's the Mount Rushmore. of South Point.
come for the three guys who really should be on Rushmore, and then me being me.
You're a tourist looking through that thing.
But Derrick Rose,
He's
this is such a what if for Derrick Rose.
His rookie of the year.
Because rookie of the year in 2009, MVP in 2011. It took a Bulls team that and sorry for this, Ryan, that was probably the 42 win quality to the number 1 seed before bowing out to the big three. Before bowing out to the big 3 Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were probably on their way to making the East Final again the next year. And then Rose, of course, famously tears the ACL against Philly. Yeah. And then he's never really the same because he flips around and tears the meniscus right after that. Yeesh. What a great player when he was at his peak. One of the best collegiate players I've ever seen as well. Should have won a national championship at Memphis. They, of course, choked away a big lead against Kansas at the end of that game. Yep. But what a great player. Youngest MVP in league history as well. He will probably end up in the Basketball Hall of Fame because everyone ends up.
You think?
Everyone ends up in the Basketball Hall of Fame when it's all said and done.
Why is anything in anything basketball?
But what a player. I just wish that we could have seen him at his peak a lot longer.
Yeah, and Ryan, you had a great name for that. He came.
That was actually Caden.
Was that Caden? That was good.
He came, he fell, he rose.
Caden's not here. Take credit for that.
That wasn't Caden. That was every dorky Twitter account yesterday.
Caden, did you see?
He just stole it from every dorky Twitter account out there.
That's right. What I had said yesterday before Football Frenzy is that I firmly believe Derrick Rose could have been one of the greatest point guards in NBA.
He could have been. If he stayed healthy, he absolutely could have been.
Yeah. Anyway, that was your good line of the night. Ryan, are you up or you want me to go?
I'll go because then we have a whole chunk with yours.
Oh, okay.
So mine is actually looking at something that can that can happen today. So the Yankees can clinch the 1 seed in the AL if they win and the Cleveland Guardians lose.
Okay.
The Tigers can clinch a postseason berth.
Which they will.
If they win or the Minnesota Twins lose. The Royals can do the exact same thing. So Tigers, Twins can either both win, both are in, or if the Twins lose, both of those teams are also in. So the 1 seed can be clinched and the remaining spots in the American League can be clinched.
What do you have next to final week of the race? Is that popcorn?
I didn't put that.
What is that emoji?
Part of the tweet, yeah, popcorn.
I like that. Get the popcorn ready. I do like the Tigers today. We'll talk more about the picks in 12:36. The Yankees, a number 1 seed at home. Little scary. Days of clincher. That's a good one.
I will say, Yankees don't match up great with Baltimore for whatever reason this year. And if they get the 1 seed, the Yankee-Oriole division series is squarely in play because Baltimore will be favored over either of those Central teams. Also, the Minnesota Twins should be ashamed of themselves.
They should. They had it.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Really
they had over a 90% chance of making the playoffs 3 weeks ago, and now it's less than 3% right now.
We're talking about the Tigers. Honestly, when you looked at the wild card 3 weeks ago, Detroit's word never came out of your mouth.
The Tigers sold at the deadline, and properly so. They sold at the deadline.
But they held on to Skubal, who's going to win the Triple Crown, right? So that was the only guy. But the fact that they've rallied and come back, that's amazing.
2007 Colorado Rocky-like.
Yes,
from the Detroit Tigers.
Like one. What did they back into?
Well, they wasn't. The Tigers aren't quite that because the Rockies legitimately went 20 out of 21.
It was ridiculous. Yeah.
And then Matt Holliday never touched on plate.
He never did in that one game playoff, which you say every time we talk about it. All right, someone who did touch home plate more than anybody, I think, in history. Babe Ruth, or is it this man? It's Ricky Henderson. Ladies and gentlemen, very sad yesterday, Oakland Coliseum, final game for the A's. Someone asked Ricky Henderson, hey, are you sad about this? Ricky said, I can't be sad. I have too much money.
I'm going to be honest with you, Frank. When I saw this at first, I thought it was a fake account.
No.
It was perfect, Ricky Henderson.
Well, Ricky got money.
You know, it would have been Ricky had Ricky said, Ricky, not mad. Ricky got more than enough money.
Right, Ricky got money. I mean, the Ricky stories are endless.
Ricky, by the way, is the all-time leader in run score.
He is run score. That's right. Yes. Like 22-61?
Close, 22-95.
I don't know.
Pretty good guess, Frank.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, 1406 stolen bases, a record that probably will never be approached.
That's a Cy Young 511 wins. It's not going to be touched. It's just not going to happen. No one has the durability, it's just not going to happen. The greatest leadoff hitter of all time. But other things about Oakland, is that what we're going to talk about as well? All right, it was very sad, but good thing they had a day game smartly. There wasn't a lot of, they were prepared for a lot of bad things to happen, but it didn't.
So we had a bunch of stuff that we were going to show yesterday, but we had such a packed show that kind of got pushed to today.
Kind of gets lost when Bob Zaney's
on Wednesday night's broadcast. They showed the grounds crew filling the water bottles for fans that wanted some of the dirt from the Coliseum.
That's very cool.
Field. So just a look at that, giving the fans something to take home and enjoy their memories of the Coliseum with the actual playing surface from the Coliseum. And then now we're going to go.
They fired him after that, by the way.
Did they?
He's out of a job.
Now we go to just a crowd shot of a pan of the stadium during the 7th inning stretch, showing you that they did have an attendance for this final homestand.
They did. Yes, they did. Listen, I'm a Pirates fan. I'm dealing with Bob Nutting, and is it John Fisher? I always want to call him Bob Fisher because that's the guy who
was also great at chess.
Bobby Fischer was very good. I'm still searching for him, but which is a very great movie. Searching for Bobby Fischer, a great movie. Steve Zalian. Anyway, you like the A's. I love their uniform. I grew up as a huge Rickey Henderson fan, so I was partial to Oakland. And it's sad. I mean, the team got yanked out, but Ryan was very passionate the other day. Wasn't that where you were? Well, that was Billions.
That was UNLV.
Oh, it's UNLV. That's right. But we know you don't want the A's here. It is not 100%. Is that? It's like 99.
It's on the 1 yard line.
It's on the 1 yard line, and the tush push is coming.
Or it could be the Seahawks and throw an interception. That's what I'm hoping for.
That's true.
So the tweet on that stretch video said that it was overheard at the Coliseum that it has a playoff game feel mixed with a funeral. So it kind of good, but also depressing at the same time. But now there was a tweet comparing the attendance of teams to be forced out of their stadiums.
Oh, wow.
I guess.
Well, not forced out,
but
gone.
Changed cities. So the Expos had 35,000 in their final game with a capacity of 54. The Browns had 55,000 with a capacity of 80. The Oilers had 15,000 with a capacity of 62. Wow. And the A's had 47,000 fans in attendance, which is full capacity. So no one claims that Houston or Cleveland had terrible fan bases, undeserving of a team. The A's fans showed up. They were there, and they've been down.
May I point out that those other three never were, they never won a Super Bowl or a World Series.
Never won a title.
Well, if you want to go back to the Browns, but I don't. It's Super Bowl only.
I will say,
the A's 4 World Series, they were.
Love DA, the guy who tweeted that. What a great radio host.
What was that?
The guy who tweeted it, Damon Arndalaria. But it's, I don't know. We're giving Houston too much credit in that tweet. We're giving Houston too much credit. Yeah. But it's just, the whole thing sucks. It really does.
It does. It's unfortunate.
Do you guys remember any franchises moving like this that's been like this? Or
I remember the Browns.
Ryan, I'm very happy that, you're older than us, obviously. So you have the Colts leaving Baltimore in the middle of the night, which still seems like
Mayflower moving trucks.
Still feels like the most jarring move of any team.
Yeah, I remember that.
Basically ever. But you and I obviously were well from being on the planet at that point, Ryan.
We get it.
But
throw a flag on him. Someone. I don't have one.
I should throw a flag on you for being old, Frank.
Fine, Jesus. We'll blend with my shirt.
Yeah, you're wearing the flag.
I'm wearing the flag.
I'll
throw myself.
But I had this conversation with a friend of mine yesterday. The Expos thing felt a little different. I don't know. Maybe that was just because it was Canada. It felt a little different for us here in the States. And I was young when that move happened. The 3 recent football teams that moved, the Raiders here, the Rams, and the Chargers to L.A. Mm-hmm. The only one that felt really wrong was San Diego. That was the only one that felt like, all right, that's wrong. I was in a small market. I was in Missouri when the Rams moved.
Yeah.
I'm sure all my St. Louis friends will hate me for saying this.
Right.
That move was justified and correct. The Rams should never have been in St. Louis to be in the first place.
Right.
They should have been in L.A. They should never have moved out of L.A. to begin with.
Yeah.
They went back home.
Although the Raiders, technically the Cleveland Rams first.
The Raiders kind of seem like a team without a home.
Yeah.
So
always. Well, they move so much.
So them being here, City of Outlaws, it kind of makes sense that the Raiders are here.
Yeah.
But yesterday and everything with the A's just feels so different. Maybe because it's easy to be romantic about baseball. To steal a line from Moneyball, real quick.
And by the way, the thing that shocks me the most about that is that you have a friend. All right, and you have one more.
We actually have 3 more. This next one is going to be a post that went around social media yesterday. There was a fan that had a sign saying, "I was here for the first pitch in the 1960s, and I was here for the last pitch in 2024." So just athletic dedication. And I like his tweet. Max Muncy's #1 fan that someone actually tweeted out. That's great that guy did that. Yeah, I have nothing to say. No words. So now there's going to be another one, a video of a fan sneaking around the Coliseum, just all the different quirks of the Coliseum.
Is this the guy who rates all the stadiums? I don't know.
I don't think. Let me see. You
know the guy I'm talking about? Yeah. There's a guy that does that. Okay, let's see. Oh no, this is wild. Yeah, I saw this. So that's the luxury box.
The abandoned suites.
They haven't. Yeah, exactly. Hello. By the way, there's still popcorn and hot dogs sitting in there.
The stairs to nowhere, still the greatest.
Well, there's stairs in the parking lot. There's a whole
Sell
big
sign.
Oh, I went there one time.
Yeah, I've been there once. I was let
got
in
there
for
one
free.
time. Took the BART in. It was a
Water
great time.
Yeah, look at that. There's more water coming out of the water faucet underneath it. That's the seats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all the things that you shouldn't have at a ballpark, but you maybe kind of enjoy.
The
'cause it's
BART,
there.
Bay Area Rapid Transit, and they had Joey Bart as the catcher. I hope he did ads for them at the time.
Very, very good there. I hope he did too.
Yeah, right? Bart.
Yeah, it
Bart.
makes sense.
Yeah. Sad. Anyway, there was also one of the groundskeeper who had been the head groundskeeper who had been there for 31 years, him crying at the end of the game because he's out of a job. Might have been the guy giving away the dirt. I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
Is there one more Oakland one?
Yeah, one final
Okay.
one. This one is the Oakland A's manager and former center fielder Mark Kotsay on Wednesday night after their night game, their final night game in the Coliseum. He and his wife took a stroll to center field just to kind of cherish the moments, their memories that they had in the Coliseum.
Why are they hosing it down?
I just wanted. That was before the. That was not the. That was the day
Oh,
before.
the night before.
Yeah. So,
Is that really good?
by the way, Kotsay's basically been put in a totally impossible situation. Young team.
Yeah.
A team that was projected to be the worst team in baseball coming into the
And
year.
actually, yeah.
And quite frankly, they're on the up and up. It's just a matter of will Fisher actually keep the team together when they're in Sacramento before they come here to Vegas. Yeah, Sacramento professional baseball as the founders of Major League Baseball intended when it was created all the way back in the 1800s.
Sacramento Bees?
Sacramento River Cats.
No, the Sacramento Bee, is that the newspaper? Why?
That is the newspaper.
It's the newspaper.
Yes.
So they have the Sacramento A's and be covered by the Sacramento Bees. Am I the first one to talk about this? Oh, do not throw a flag on that. That's genius. Someone's had to have thought of that already, I'm
Can
sure.
I have my flag back?
Yeah, why don't you call your friend and
Okay.
Can I have my flag back? All right, is that it for Oakland?
That is it, yeah.
All right, nice job, Ryan. Let's go on to Moonshots. This is the last one, I think, or maybe Monday. I think it's the last one, actually.
Monday.
I think the
Hey, you might be able to get it on Tuesday also, right?
Yeah, last day of September. Yeah.
Come down to the South Point. You can play some slots. You can play some games. You can win a free bottle of Brendan Gaughan City Light Shines Moonshine. This is the cherry lemon. It's delicious. We've been doing moonshots, looking at all the homers in Major League Baseball. Ryan puts them together very nicely. Let's take a look, see some Alec Verdugo, Lars Nootbaar, who someone once said sounds like a Star Wars character. Can't argue with that.
Not many on Thursday night, just 14.
Was Goldie?
Paulie Goldschmidt had the longest of the night. 14 total, went 1.1 miles. But this one was in Colorado, so back to Colorado for the longest home run of the night, 457 feet, 109.3 miles per hour off the bat.
Yeah, Goldschmidt's really kind of declined over the past few years. Still a solid base. Hey, I'll take him at first base in Pittsburgh. Give me someone who can hit 22 homers, for God's sakes. He's another borderline Hall of Fame guy, right? Hall of very good. He'd have to have a couple more productive
Goldschmidt's interesting because multiple-time MVP, multiple-time Gold Glover. You look at his stats all time; they're fine.
They're fine.
Which is unfair. Which is kind of unfair for a guy who's going to probably end up with 400 career homers.
Yeah.
But he's total borderline.
Yeah, if he has a couple more good years, I thought
he won an MVP in Arizona. He only won one in St. Louis. He didn't win it.
I thought he won in Arizona.
So he's one-time MVP.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Parle's favorite thing we're going to do is the Punch Bowl. Here it is. Punch Bowl Pundits, ladies and gentlemen. We have a graphic for this. It's very soothing. Jeff, why don't you pick the first one out? There you go.
I have long arms.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we like to talk about some hot topics. A lot of them have to do with gambling, and we will give our best takes for you. So, Jeff, what do you got first?
Should the Chiefs, spelled incorrectly,
By the way, did I not say I always spell that word wrong?
Yeah, it's I before E, except after C, Frank. But
you didn't have to point that out. This is why he has one friend. That one friend you can talk to.
Should the Chiefs be worried about the lack of production from Travis Kelce, or will he shake it off?
Shake it off! I see what I did there, and
I see what I did there. That's crazy.
Someone throw a flag on him for doing that.
Bring him in. Oh, they're saving the flags? Okay. He has 69 yards, I think. 69 total yards.
Nice.
They're playing.
Not nice.
What'd you say?
Nice.
Nice. They're playing the Chargers.
Yeah.
Derwin James suspended. Could that be a conspiracy? They don't want him hitting Travis Kelce? I don't know. So what do you think? 69 yards in 3 games, but they're 3-0.
All right.
I sound like Regis Philbin.
I think I'm gonna. Well, we're on out there, so I'll keep it clean. Okay. But I don't think the Chiefs give a darn about what happens in the regular season. I think that's very clear based off of what happened last year, where they were mediocre, especially by their standards, the whole year. And now, and now, I mean, look, they're 3-0, but they've been far from impressive so far this year. So again, they'll go to 4-0. They'll win this game this weekend. I'm concerned about Justin Herbert's potential availability.
Yeah, is it Easton Stick or is it Heineke?
Yeah, it has to be Heineke if it's not Herbert. And even if Herbert plays, no Joe Alt, no Rashawn Slater. Ooh. That's 2 of the 7 best tackles in the NFL through the first 3 weeks.
Joe Alt loss is bad for them.
They're both bad. Slater's might be the most underrated player in football. But
is he related to Jackie Slater? Remember the old line?
I have to check that, but I'm not certain.
He played for like 30
Rashawn
years.
Slater went to Northwestern. I know that. I can tell
Smart
you that.
Kid, okay.
But I think the answer to this is the Chiefs don't care, and Kelsey will be fine when they need him to be fine.
What do you think, Ryan? Yeah, same, similar.
Yeah, same point. They don't care about the regular season.
He hasn't missed a practice. He never missed a practice. He had a workout guy traveling with him when he would go see his girlfriend Taylor Swift. So it's not like he was. Someone said, "Oh, he filmed a TV show." I think he's on the new American Horror Story thing. But
I also kind of think that we saw this towards the end of last year as well. They worked in Noah Gray more and the other tight ends. So I don't think they're just not relying on Travis Kelce as much.
They're just going through the motions right now. They and if they win this weekend, I mean, Kansas City, in order to win the AFC West with a win this weekend, probably will only need to win 10. So they can really take it as easy as they want to during the regular season. Just a matter of do they want the bye or not, which they might be in a position by accident to get it.
All right, we're going to baseball. This is from Ryan. Will Judge or Ohtani win the Triple Crown? Well, Scooball's going to win it in the pitching one, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but
so
what's that?
We have a graphic for this one.
I know.
Yeah.
I was
explaining where these guys are at in the Triple Crown race. So Judge leads the AL in homers with 58, leads the AL in RBIs with 144, and is third in the AL, 7 points behind Bobby Witt Jr. with a batting average of 325. Shohei Ohtani is first in the National League with homers, 53, first in the NL in RBIs, 126, and again, 7 points behind the leader in batting average, Luis Arraez, at a 305. So with these final 3 games of the season, can either of these guys get there?
I think 7 points in a batting race is a lot because sometimes those guys who will take off Sunday, you know what I mean, not even play. I remember being in a Pirate game. Bill Buckner was going for a batting title with the Cubs. He singled or he got a hit in his first at bat and he came out. It was a close race, but these guys, they want to win the batting title. It's 162 games. If you can win it by shortening a couple at bats, I don't think they can catch the 2 hitters in front of them.
I'm going to go with 0, neither of them. So. And I will also throw out that the fact that the leading hitter of a league only hitting 312 is so low.
That is
and horrendous. And horrendous.
That's really wild to me. I've never seen that. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
And Luis Arraez doesn't strike out either, and he's still only hitting 312.
Yeah. He's just a smack hitter too. Yeah. And won a batting title in both leagues and then traded again to a third team.
Well, again, kind of shows you what batting average means to most of these teams, right?
That's exactly correct, Jeff. I don't know. I don't think so. Do you?
I don't think so either.
It's fun to look at, but if anyone can do it, it would be Ohtani. Let's be honest. He could go like a 12 for 12 over the weekend and Arraez slumps a little bit. I don't know. Oh, here. I'll let you.
Am I picking for Ryan?
Yeah, sure. Pick one for Ryan, please.
Ryan McCormick is getting...
My own?
What's your best tailgate story of all time?
Oh, a tailgate story.
I
might not tailgate a lot. Vegas isn't a big tailgate city.
I don't think I've ever tailgated.
Wow. Now, you went to college at University of Missouri.
Yeah, I wasn't that. Our tailgate scene, especially when I was there, was hit or miss. I think the best one actually though was I was out of college and it didn't involve me, thankfully. But the company I worked for back in the day had its tailgate. And they would bring food, like really nice tailgate, high-end tailgate. And one day, one of the tailgates, a guy tripped over his own feet and fell face first into the mac and cheese.
I'm just glad you didn't say the grill.
That would have been bad.
Or like a little Weber grill or something.
Fell face first into mac and cheese.
And his nickname for the rest of his life
was mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese face.
Yeah.
Hey, mac and cheese face. I grew up in Pittsburgh. Lots of great tailgate stories. The best time I ever had at a tailgate was with Denny Nagel at a Washington, then the Redskins game, day after we did this benefit thing, and it was crazy. So that's the one I remember, and that's the one where after the game I had a suitcase, and I had been drinking, and I go, Denny, how do I get a cab to the airport? And he goes, just walk that way. And Denny watches me walk away pulling a suitcase, and they're all like, oh, he's not going to make it. I barely made the flight, had a middle seat exit row, slept for 5 hours. But there's no way I should have made that flight, but I did.
That's good.
That was the epic. It was amazing.
Should we pick another?
Yeah, go for it. We got time.
Okay.
I'm going to save this one maybe.
Justin Jefferson on the Minnesota Vikings, by the way.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs not on the Minnesota Vikings. Versus Jaire Alexander. Who wins the battle this weekend?
Oh, okay. Green Bay Packers.
Suck.
Yeah, that's a good battle. That's two good players right there. Who wins that battle?
I'm assuming, all right, I'm under oath. So
you're under oath?
There's no Bible here, Frank. But I am under the assumption, not for this matchup, but for the game, that Jordan Love is going to play.
Okay.
I'm under the assumption. I think the market is under that assumption as well. Sam Darnold, fully healthy. Good. Jefferson is going to probably win the battle, but not win the war on Sunday. So that would be the way that I think it's. Jefferson has a big game, but the Green Bay Packers beat the Minnesota Vikings to send Minnesota to their first loss this
Ryan. It's going to be hard for him to say anything positive about Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm trying to look if these two have actually gone against each other. The first matchup of 2023, Justin Jefferson didn't play because he had a torn right hamstring. And then the second matchup, Jaire was suspended. So last year they didn't get to play each other. But I do remember in 22, I think Jaire got a pick on a ball thrown to Justin Jefferson. So these two have had some history, at least in the 2 seasons prior. But I think this is the biggest test for the Vikings to prove that they're the real deal. That we saw them beat the Giants in week 1, which no one batted an eye at, but then they beat the Niners and beat the Texans. So if they can go into Lambeau and beat the Packers, I think that says a lot.
Sam Darnold. All right, we're going to speed round this one because it is time for picks at 12:36. This weekend, Bama versus Bulldogs. Who you got, Jeff? Big game.
Wow.
I think picks are going to be a minute late. That's fine.
I don't have an official play on this game, but if you made me bet it, Alabama wins at home.
Ooh.
I think if Alabama...
Sean Cruz, yes, sir. Right.
I swapped my pick. No, I'm kidding.
If Alabama wins at home, I think this gets everything, all the questions about Kalen DeBoer off his back. You beat Georgia in your first
big game.
There should be no questions about Kalen DeBoer. The man's won everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
Washington was what he inherited of Washington was a disaster, and they're in a national title a few years.
And look where they are this year.
You know what? They're not.
They lost some key guys.
They lost the whole roster. Honestly, Jet Fish has done a nice job, and I know we have that involved at picks at 12:38 today.
Okay, we're doing picks and then do you want to save this one? I like this one, unless you want to do it real quick.
We can do picks first.
Yeah, let's do picks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for picks at 12:37 and 30 seconds. Basically, I checked the show Bible. Officially, we had until 12:39. To do picks if this started late. It's been written into the show Bible. So we're under the 3-minute penalty. So Ryan or Jeff, we'll start with Jeff. Jeff, do you have a pick today?
Yeah, I know I'm opposite of some on this game, but I am going to my home state of New Jersey.
Okay.
Where Rutgers football is back, baby. It's back. I'll say this. Greg Schiano got a really bad rap for that very poor stint as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But the man is an excellent college coach and always has been an excellent college head coach. It was still ridiculous that Tennessee fans basically said that they wouldn't support the team anymore if they hired him. And then they hired Jeremy Pruitt, who was one of the worst coaches I can remember in the SEC. So another job well done by Clay Travis. Oh, I wasn't supposed to mention names there. But this Rutgers run attack, real quick, with Kyle Monangai, who is a stud.
Okay.
And this has to be a ball control game for Rutgers. If they are unable to run the ball, Washington's going to win this game big. And I'm going to be completely wrong.
It's just so weird to see Rutgers -1.5 versus Washington.
This is a conference game too, my friend.
I know. It's
conference game. Conference game.
Those are two
Throw out the record books when Rutgers and Washington play, damn it.
They're the Big Ten, Rutgers and Washington.
Yes, that's a conferent game. I did bet Rutgers. There's a lot of Rutgers quarterback play is a question still with Calic Manis, who came over from Minnesota in the offseason. Will Rogers, the former Mississippi State quarterback at Washington, has played pretty well this year. Washington probably still kind of recovering from that Wazoo loss, a game they probably shouldn't have lost. But I am on Rutgers in this one. And then I have two more for the weekend real quick. I'm on Northern Illinois plus the 7 against NC State. There is the concern that Northern Illinois season obviously peaked in South Bend, but they did flip around and lose to Buffalo, which makes me think they bounce back this week against an NC State team that stinks. I thought this game should have been 4, so I'll very happily take 7 with Northern Illinois. And then I'm going to Duke, Carolina.
Oh, no.
And betting on the team that gave up 70 points last week.
My goodness.
And honestly, also going against Ann's magical run on Duke also, which scares me as well. But I am on North Carolina at Duke. They're still the better team, even with that fiasco last week. There's question at the quarterback position because of the injury to Max Johnson, and UNC is already on their 4th quarterback this year. But I am taking the points with UNC in that big rivalry game on Tobacco Road.
Duck Luke.
What happened with Ann?
I don't know.
They like being on the opposite side.
Yeah, Ann's going to be on Duke. I understand that.
Okay.
And it is an uphill battle. I get it, but it's too good of a spot to pass on UNC.
All right, Ryan, pick a 12:30, 7:40.
Well, in spirit of Frank's 3-leg parlay hitting yesterday.
Yes. Thank you again for pointing that out.
I'm going to give you a 3-leg parlay today.
Whoa!
We had mentioned earlier in the show all of the clinching scenarios in the AL, so that's what I'm going to go with today. I'm going with the New York Yankees to defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'm sorry.
Again, I can't even. No, fine. It's the worst schedule making in history.
Carlos Rodon has won each of his last 6 home starts. I think that continues today.
They better clinch today because they ain't doing it against Paul Skeens tomorrow.
And then I will go. Which one was next?
Never
I
said
will go
8.
to Atlanta. The Atlanta Braves money line with Max Fried on the mound playing the Royals. The Royals, I don't think are going to win this game, but they still managed to clinch based on that other factor. But in this one, the Braves in the last 2 weeks are the best team in baseball in weighted runs created. The Royals are the 29th team in baseball in weighted runs created. So Braves money line, Yankees money line, and finally the Orioles money line to get you the plus price. Cade Povich on the mound against Pablo Lopez. That's why the Twins are favored in this one, but the Twins, we mentioned earlier on the show, have been one of the worst teams in baseball the last couple of weeks.
Slipping.
Orioles to get you that plus price. If you parlay these 3, Yankees money line, Braves money line, Orioles money line, it is around a 550.
Nice.
So that's what we're going with.
I'm staying with the hot hand. I've had the Tigers a couple games in a row. They
doing it again.
I have to. I mean, they're just playing so well right now. Montero the other night won for me. I'm sticking with the Tigers. I can't believe this team is in the playoffs.
I know it's crochet and it looks like a bullpen game for Detroit, but I know the White Sox also are red hot right now.
That's what I want to talk about. Yeah, they've won 7 in a row.
No,
6 in a row.
No,
7 out of 6.
They
6 out of 7. Some shit like that.
Swept
what is
the
it?
Angels.
They have a 3-game winning streak. But they won. They were up to 6. They don't want to have that record, the Mets record. Or did they tie it?
They already are tied for the most losses.
They don't want to. But I'm saying today's the day they break the record.
No, they're breaking the record today, my friend.
121 losses.
And by the way, they had lost 6 in a row before that win, the 3 games in a row.
Wait a second. They had beat the Angels. They were on a win streak.
They had 2 3-game win streaks.
Okay, that equals 6.
Yeah, but there was not 6 out of 7, though.
They've won 6 out of 11.
Okay, there you go.
All right, that's over 511, which is pretty good, actually, for them.
Why don't you go call your friend, Jeff?
What if I call you, though?
We are friends. A couple things to point out from the chatters. The Punchies, Dean Helt. You would have thought the A's could have had a big name sing the national anthem. Did you see who sang the national anthem?
I mean, Barry Zito's a big name, though.
Barry Zito is a big name, but they could have had MC Hammer. He was an Oakland bad boy. Where was MC Hammer, by the way? Who looked like
Wait.
He looked like Hank Aaron. That's why they called him the Hammer.
MC Hammer was the bad boy for the A's? I didn't know this.
And he looked like Henry Aaron.
Wow,
so
okay.
he got the nickname Hammer. I see Ryan feverishly typing away over there. This is true.
You learned. So your story's so ridiculous. I don't know how you could possibly have made it up.
I know it's true. Joey B, Jeff Parle's wardrobe. Odds coming soon on what colored South Point golf shirt he wears.
At 11 years old.
All right. Well, Joey B, if you've been paying attention at all, your numbers better be right on this one. And if not, I am going to invoice you for the money that you owe me still.
My man JR points out Charlie Blackmon homered.
Yep.
3 more games left in his career. Hall of Fame. No, he's not Hall of Fame.
Oh, Charlie Blackmon is definitely not a Hall of Famer.
He's no Dave Parker. Correct.
No,
Dave Parker should be in. And, he brought up, I was talking about Buckner, and he mentioned something about Reed Madlock, but Ted Williams. Ted Williams was hitting 400. It was a doubleheader on the last day. He didn't sit out. He played both games, went 4 for 5, finished at 4 for 6. Or he finished at 406. Went 4 for 5 in game 1, 2 for 3 in game 2, finished at 406. That is a man. Ted Williams right there. And yeah, okay, JR. Yes, MC was an A's bat boy. Thought everyone knew that.
Well,
says
shirt's-
JR. I did
shirt's
too.
green. Got it.
You have a picture? There it is. MC Hammer.
Wow. Wow.
I used to know his real name. I can't think of it, but that's him. He looked like Hank Aaron, so they called him Hammer.
He does look like in that photo
He
a
does.
young Hank Aaron.
Yeah, he
Wow.
was there for
Okay.
the Glory Days. So MC Hammer. There
Wow.
you go.
All right. Stanley Burrell, by the way, is MC
Stanley
Hammer's.
Burrell. There you
is
go.
MC
Nice
Hammer's
job,
real
buddy.
name. Yes.
Okay, where do we leave off? We did picks.
We did, and Keith Lyle said 3 picks from Ryan today. That's called a Jay Cutler.
That is funny. That is that. Keith,
Well done, Keith.
well done, Mr. Lyle. Okay.
Yeah.
We have now it's up to you. We can do.
You want to do one more? You got one more punch bowl?
No, we're gonna. That one was stupid.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, you get a flag for having a
Okay,
stupid
fine.
one in there.
Okay. Well, it's today's National Day. Let's do the days. All right. Here's what it
Can I
was.
have my flag back again?
Yeah, you can have your flag. Today's September 27th, 2024. It's National Chocolate Milk Day.
Ooh.
Yum.
National Corned Beef Hash Day. That'll
Okay,
go
that's
up.
an interesting combo.
Native American
Perfect
Day.
combo,
Courtney, happy
actually.
Native American Day. Hug a Vegetarian Day. Anybody vegetarian here? No hugs. Morning Show Hosts Day. I pointed this out to you and Alex in a text. Let you know.
Okay.
Morning Show Host. National Doodle Day. Cool Sword Day. Save the Koala Day. National Crush a Can Day. World Tourism
There
Day.
is a lot of bad things
Lot of weird
potentially
things.
that with the AI
We'll see.
machine could do.
Celebrity birthdays, Hall of Fame, third baseman Michael Jack Schmidt is 75.
very nice.
And Lil Wayne is 42. Avril Lavigne is 40. Unless that's her clone, because you know that whole conspiracy theory. Oh, we have Avril Lavigne and Lil Wayne, and we have them all. Wow, congrats. Did Kane do this?
Yeah.
Nice job, Kane. So they're drinking chocolate milk. Avril Lavigne, who looks more like, kind of like Gloria from Modern Family, but she's holding a cool sword. Mike Schmidt is traveling with a backpack on, and Lil Wayne is hanging out with a koala.
That's actually great.
This is one of the best ones we've ever seen. I like this. It was Cool Sword Day. The last Punch Bowl thing was I know guys that own cool swords. What's the dumbest thing you've ever bought, like you've wasted money on? But we'll save that for a whole other day. That seems like a good
I gotta
topic.
think on that one
Ann and I were talking. We'll get back to that one.
I have a boatload of things.
Okay, well,
not
then-
a boat, but a boatload of
We
things.
will save this for next Friday then.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Do we want to do the 100 shows ago, or do you want to do posts or pick six? What do we want to do here?
Either I like pick 6 or 100 shows.
I
either
do
one.
too. 100 shows ago. Let's go ahead and do it. Comedian and hockey expert Joe Bartnick was on the show, fellow Pittsburgher. He's a massive hockey fan. He's got to be excited that the NHL season opens in Prague next week on October 4th, and then on soil next Friday, the 8th. But here's Joe talking hockey. Phil Bork used to do the DV morning show when I was a regular in the early 90s. So we had softball games every Monday at Butya's, which was this bar out by the airport. And that night, Phil Bork, it was, I was on the show that morning. I was on Mondays. They're like, he's bringing the cup to the game. I'm like, what? So I got to hold the Stanley Cup, and, we got to take pictures, and Bork came and posed for pictures. And because I was a diehard baseball football guy, I didn't appreciate the Stanley Cup that much yet. And as I've grown to like hockey even more and become a fan, I didn't realize how special of a moment that was, because I know diehard people are like, I would kill to do what you did. And I'm just like, yeah, I didn't. At the time, it was no big deal, but it really is special.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're allowed to touch it, but I've never touched it. I'm half blind, so I've just had to squint to see there's Ronnie Francis, there's Lemieux, but I've never touched it, and I'm certainly never put it. I think over your head is a mortal sin, Frank. I think I go to confession.
Oh
for
God,
that.
really? I don't. Was I not supposed to do this?
Yeah,
I do.
I think you have had to have won. That's why those guys wear the white gloves, so they can strangle you and not leave any
Phil
fingerprints.
Bork,
If you put the
you've
glove-
heard,
if
you've
you
heard,
put the-
you've heard of all the stories of these guys throwing it in pools and doing all sorts of stuff with it.
Right.
So this was, you got to remember, this was 1991, I guess, or 92. So back then, maybe they didn't protect it as much. But Phil Bork, we just left. It was like sitting behind home plate during our softball game on the ground.
Hey, you did get the okay from Eddie Olczyk.
I did. That's right. He said I can lift it. So exactly. The hockey season starts in Prague next week, and then NHL season the 8th, which would be the following Monday.
Tuesday.
Jesus Christ.
It's okay.
If I had a piece
Days
of
of the week
paper.
are hard, Frank. It's okay.
Erin O'Connor, lovely Erin O'Connor. She saw MC Hammer in Irvine with Sir Mix-a-Lot about 5 years ago because I am in their demographic, and it was an excellent show.
What a combo. That's
That's a hell of a combo. That's a show right there. By the way, Aaron and I will be going to a concert next Saturday down on Fremont, October 5th. That is a Saturday. Free show. Rick Springfield.
Jesse's girl.
Oh, I could name about 30 other songs. Big fan. So anyway,
Wow.
that's free show.
Big
Everyone wants to
fan.
come.
Big
Tickets are on me. What?
Big fan. Big fan.
Big fan?
Yeah, big fan.
Big fan?
I was just laughing at the way you said it.
I am a big fan. Okay, it's time for Pick Six, ladies and gentlemen. Each of us will pick 2 helmets, and then we say which of our 2 teams has the better shot at winning this weekend. Very simple.
So should I just pick 2 at once?
Pick 2 helmets. Yeah, pick 2 helmets right now. Yeah.
We gotta rummage around.
No one has ever taken this long. There we go. Okay.
Oh, geez.
You got Tampa Bay and the Rams.
That is not a good combination.
The Rams are at Chicago, Tampa Bay hosting the Eagles. What do you think?
That is not a good combination. I kind of wish I was picking one where I had 2 teams that are playing each other.
That'd be hard to do.
I would say that the Bucs are more likely to win than the Rams this week.
Against the Rams are in Chicago.
I think this is a good spot for Caleb Williams to look like Caleb Williams that we thought was going to show up. Yeah,
Okay.
I think the Bucs are more likely to win than the Rams.
Okay,
that's just
there you
me.
go. Ryan, do you want me to pick 2 for you?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Ryan, your first helmet is the Bengals, the 0-3 Bengals.
At the Panthers.
At the Panthers and the Detroit Lions.
Hosting Seattle on Monday night.
On Monday Night Football. Thank you, Jeff.
The Lions. The
Lions at home,
win Monday night.
5-point favorites.
They're
at home against Seattle.
Debuting those black uniforms, bringing them back. They're gonna be nasty.
And the helmets, those are sweet.
And we're gonna see that the Seahawks have beaten 3 teams that are easy to beat.
Okay, and who did you say the Patriots or this team has? Cincinnati.
Panthers, Carolina.
Oh, this is the Andy Dalton.
Well, I mean, look, if Andy Dalton and the Panthers beat the Bengals, the Bengals season is completely over after 4 weeks.
Oh, I hope it is. Oh, I'm rooting for the Red Rifle. I almost said Red Rocket. I don't know what that is. All right, I got my 2.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, shit. Well, no, we got to throw this one out. Dallas Cowboys.
All right, so you got the Minnesota
Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's see here. So who do we have?
So the Eagles are playing. The Eagles are playing the Bucs, and the Vikings are on the road at Green Bay.
You got 2 road teams, yeah.
And remember, I already said Tampa's more likely to win than the Rams this week.
That is true. Boy, that Packer Lambeau Field going in with Sam Darnold. We don't know if Jordan Love's questionable.
The market is operating under the assumption that Love is playing.
Brian Flores learned a lot under Mike Tomlin in his 1 season. I don't know. I'm going to go Minnesota Vikings because I like Minnesota Vikings. I don't want to root for the Eagles. I'm going mini Vikings. Sam Darnold, early season MVP.
Okay.
Who said Sam Darnold wasn't good?
I never said that.
Oh, Alex likes to think that you trashed on her for when she said Sam Darnold, the great Sam Darnold.
I look. As I've said, Sam Darnold, if Adam Gase was not the coach, would still be the Jets quarterback today.
Adam Gase, there's a name from the past. All right, good job on that. Let's go on. Do you want to sound the horn?
Yeah, sound it. Let's go.
Sound it. Let's go. Oh, that was very Shania Twain. Let's go.
By the way, do you have all 32 helmets in there,
They're
Frank?
all in there.
Nice.
They're all in there. I got the full set.
Nice. I can't wait to pick the same 2 teams next week again.
That's why I leave some out so we can have, but we should start fresh each week, but I don't know. You want to start fresh. All right. Ryan, before we do that, there was one last thing. Oh, wait. JR, he's working the Smashing Pumpkins tonight at the Fountain Blue. He's seen them many times. Smashing Pumpkins, perfect for Halloween. Michael Jack Schmidt, born in Dayton, Ohio. Thank you, JR, for always being there, and Dean Hilt and Keith Lyle and everybody. Thank you. All right, we got some posts. Ryan, go for it.
Yeah, so we're going to start off in the WNBA with a Caitlin Clark stat. So in the elimination game against the Sun, Caitlin Clark did something that hasn't been done in the NBA or WNBA since Magic Johnson was a rookie. I don't know why I can't find the graphic. Okay, well, it's up there. So anyway, her stat total from Wednesday night's game against the Sun.
Magic Clarkson.
Yeah,
25
points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. The last rookie to reach that was Magic Johnson in 19.
Coming out of Michigan State.
That of course, was one of the most famous games in NBA history when Magic came in for Kareem in Game 6.
Had to fill in.
The triple-double, basically, and won the Finals MVP because of it.
As a rookie, and by the way, the show. Did you watch it? We talked about this.
The winning time should not have been canceled, and it especially should not have been canceled when the worst loss during the run for the Lakers, the worst loss possible.
They were setting up season 3, and at the end, like the week before they aired it, they threw a slide up like, Lakers went on to win a bunch of games.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That was terrible.
Very bad.
That was such
Boo
a good
HBO
show.
on that one.
I have a feeling that show was very expensive to produce. Though.
What makes you say that?
Well, the cast was unbelievable.
The cast was great, and you have to move the camera to do the. Yeah, it's hard.
Did you ever see how they did that? There was some behind the scenes footage of Steadicam guys, wearing the green.
It was awesome.
Oh my God. That was a really good show. All right, Ryan, moving on.
So now we're going to go to baseball. So MLB_PR on Twitter, MLB Communications Department posted the regular season 9-inning, basically the amount of games in this season or seasons past that have gone 3 hours and 30 minutes. In 2021, we had 391 games over 3 hours and 30 minutes. 2022, we had 232.
That's amazing.
Since the pitch clock was instituted in 2023, there were 9, and this year there have been 7.
Amazing.
So yes.
All I'll say,
Time flies at 100 miles an hour.
with a different friend, Frank.
Okay.
Sure. We were talking about Manfred, who again I've never been a fan of Rob Manfred, but the pitch clock,
Give him credit.
the best thing that's ever happened to baseball.
Remember when everyone thought everyone was going to hate it and be in an uproar? As soon as it was
greatest
instituted, everyone goes, "Oh, this is great."
It's the greatest thing because those 3.5 hour games,
Oh my God.
they were no one had fun at those.
Even
no
purists. And by the way, trying to watch a Boston New York
one.
game,
You forget it.
always over 4 hours.
Always 4 hours.
And
But
by the
these
way,
are awesome
even
now.
purists are like, "Oh, baseball is the only sport without a clock." It's fine. It still technically doesn't really.
It's still.
It's fine.
It's so much better with the pitch clock.
anyone
And
who
also,
disagrees.
did that include last night's masterpiece by the Twins somehow losing to the Marlins?
I don't think
No,
so.
what was
That didn't get there. Oh no, the fact that the Twins, as we discussed
They're
before, are
falling.
going to be out of the playoffs.
So sad.
You lose 2 out of 3 at home to Miami, you shouldn't even complete
Nope.
your season at
Nope,
that point.
get out. Just
done.
call
It's all
off the
over.
season.
See you later. It's done.
Let the Mets and Braves play. In your
Yeah, let the
stadium.
2 NL teams in instead. I'm in on that, Frank. I like that.
It is funny that you mentioned the game last night because we are going there next.
Is it a fishy win?
Oh, this is perfect.
This is like a
Marlins.
Even
segue that
better.
was rehearsed.
Marlins are the first team in Major League Baseball history to strike out 20-plus times in a game,
They did?
leave 15-plus runners on base in
They
a game,
did?
blow a 4-plus run lead in a game, commit multiple errors, and fail to hit a home run in the same game.
What?
They still managed to win 8-6.
Your 2024 Minnesota Twins, everybody.
That is like that's burying
Oh,
the
that's
headline
spectacular.
deep in the show.
That is
wild.
spectacular. Even whatever. The Twins. I shouldn't be irrationally.
Fishy win. That's great. Ryan.
Be irrationally angry
Oh,
at a
my
team I have
goodness.
no rooting interest for and don't even have bets on long term. But what the Twins have done this last month has made me irrationally angry.
Look, I was on them at the All-Star break. I had the Padres and Twins as the 2 teams in the second half.
Padres look pretty darn
Padres
good.
look pretty good, but no one said Detroit. But that's amazing. Wow. Craig Parles chiming in. The 1980 Magic game was shown on tape delay at 11:30 p.m.
Yes, it was.
I remember a Lakers-Celtics game. I remember the tape delay games. Now I'm really showing my age. But yeah, unbelievable. The NBA had no respect back then.
None.
That's like a major market game right there.
It's Philadelphia and LA.
That's 2 in the top 4.
with
I think.
Dr. J. With Dr. J at his peak of his
And
powers
Kareem,
too.
Yeah. And Magic, who was a superstar from winning the national championship.
Incredible. Moses Malone, I think, was on that team too, right?
Moses might have been 82. I don't know if he was there yet. He might be right.
I have to double check that.
I don't know.
My dad, if my dad's watching,
Craig,
he'll
was Moses on that team? Yeah,
he'll
he
help
might
me
have
out.
been.
I don't know if Moses was there yet or not.
Oh, by the way, JR, how does Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger feel about this? About the Twins being horrible?
You were right. Moses was not there yet.
That's what I
Moses
thought.
was still in Houston.
Okay, there you go. 83 was faux, right?
Yeah.
Or,
Yes.
Houston, that's right. Okay, Ryan, what's next?
Well, so we were talking about the Twins who have just collapsed. Now we're going to talk about another team that has collapsed
This
in the
title.
second half.
This title.
The Seattle Mariners, last time that they scored a run in a playoff game was before the original Xbox was released in November of 2001.
What? Oh, my God.
Every other team in Major League Baseball has scored a run in the playoffs since the original Xbox released, except for the Seattle Mariners.
And your title, please?
Micro Playsoft.
I'm putting that in top 10.
That is a Caden. That
Being
is a-
Caden,
young
being
Mason,
Seattle, based in Microsoft, being there,
yeah.
Micro Playsoft.
I had totally forgotten that when they were in the playoffs in 22, after they won in Toronto,
They didn't even
they
score.
played one game at home and lost 1-0 in 18 innings. I
Jeez.
totally had forgotten about that.
Me too. That's unbelievable. Man, Seattle. Oh, wow. Sorry,
Yeah.
B-Town Dummies watching. I don't think
Brutal
he is.
to be a Mariners
Moses
fan. Yeah,
wasn't there.
Spencer
Caldwell
McLaughlin as
Jones
well.
was the big man. Oh, my God. I remember him. Excellent. What do we have now? By the way, Caden chimed in something. I missed it.
Hello, Caden.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Caden earlier in the show.
Oh, I've heard Substance is good, but I haven't seen. He's just talking about a movie
Well,
randomly.
he also liked the black Utah Utes uniforms from your roll call question.
Oh, I see. But Substance is supposed to be great. Demi Moore, Dennis Quaid, supposed to be the best movie of the year. All right. Anyway, moving on.
So now we're gonna go to college football. There was
College football.
some
Keith
drama
Jackson.
earlier this week with Matthew Sluka deciding to forego the rest of his redshirt junior season, and UNLV posted on social media. Jalen Thomas having an NIL with, I believe, the nice car rental place just up.
I know
15th,
exactly where it is.
but a Ferrari.
Yeah.
UNLV football. How tone deaf do you have to be that your quarterback couldn't be paid enough? They had to step away. A running back couldn't be paid enough. They had to step away, and now you're going to post pictures with a Ferrari.
Yeah, they that's what you were passionate about the other day.
Yeah.
By the way, why do you let college kids drive cars that can go 210 miles an hour?
Yeah, Georgia should stop.
Oh my God. Not smart. Not smart at all. Yikes. So I just can't believe that. That's crazy.
Yeah, just the situational awareness I don't think was there by UNLV's social
Microplay.
media.
By the way, Vince from Las Vegas is applauding Microplay Soft. So there you go.
Caden, yeah.
And Caden Meza said, "Hey Jeff." Hey Caden, we miss you out there in Utah.
All right, two final ones for you, both in the NFL. The first is going to be a chart showing how much teams' defenses generate disruptive plays for the offense. So the best team in the National Football League so far this year has been the Minnesota Vikings, generating a disruptive play at almost 21% of their defensive snaps. And then the worst team in football has been the Cincinnati Bengals, generating disruptive plays at 8.5%.
Love it.
So just to qualify what a disruptive play is, plays that end in a sack, a fumble loss, a tackles for loss, an interception, or a pass breakup. So 21% of Vikings snaps is very good. And the Steelers are also top 5. The Giants, who we saw last night, who honestly should have won last night's game, are also a top 5 team.
I think the Steelers can go 8 or 9-0, Jeff. Take a look at the schedule. I'm telling
They're
you.
losing to the Jets.
In Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Yeah. But they could start at 7 or 8-1. I'm going to give you that. There will be a wager on that Friday from you and I. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
You are reading my mind, my friend.
Don't worry about that.
I'm your third friend.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now that we are doing some sort of Jets-Steelers wager.
There will be a wager, 100%. But the Jets will win that game.
By the way, anyone think of and whatever you can think of, do it. Okay.
All right, the final one for you today. Is the window open? So this one,
oh my God, this hurts my head.
Throw the damn ball. Is a chart, left side or up and down, how many the percentage of throws are to open receivers.
Okay.
So the bottom of the list, Justin Fields, Kyler Murray, and Jacoby Brissett have thrown under 55% of their passes to a quote-unquote open receiver. The left to right is average receiver separation. So that bottom corner, Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, are not getting separation from the receivers and are not throwing it to open windows. The top of this chart, Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is getting the most separation from his receivers, and Lamar Jackson is throwing the highest percentage of his passes to open receivers.
I'm going to put this with the Venn diagrams. It's very confusing. In fact, someone put this together.
I get the chart. It is, I can see how Frank got confused by it, though.
Wait, what does that mean? Someone throw a flag on him right now. Throw a flag.
I'll
from
throw
behind
it
the
on
glass.
myself. That's fine.
It's because I'm thinking about the next bit, so I'm not really.
Too many things going on in that brain of yours.
It was a lot. That's a lot going on right there. But is it saying Justin Fields is in the bottom left? Is it saying what?
It's saying that
Translate.
his receivers aren't getting open, and so he's not throwing to open receivers, is what that's saying.
That's because they only have one good receiver
Same thing
right now.
for Kyler Murray.
Wait until George Pickens dominates the Jets and they pick off Aaron Rodgers 3 times.
Oh, this is going to be a fun few weeks, isn't it?
It's going to be good. Was that the last one?
That was the final post, but there was something in the punch bowl that I just wanted to pose the question to you guys.
Please.
Should the NFL
bring
back being able to challenge penalties?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No?
Yes,
No.
they got to get the game right.
No, because the games will take too long.
Who cares? But no one cares about football being long. No one cares about baseball. No one cares.
People still will at some point, and it's too much of a gray area. No.
People can still gamble.
The only thing that should be allowed with penalties, and this, of course, has to do with last night with the idiocy at the beginning of the game, where his guy Daniel Bellinger got called
the Giants the game. I will stand on that.
Yeah. I don't know if it cost him the game, but it may have cost him a touchdown. May have.
Yeah, your buddy got
they got the call wrong. They legitimately called it on the wrong guy.
That's why he brought it up.
Now, no way. The only rule change with penalties that I think they should do is they should get rid of roughing the passer.
Get rid of it?
Get rid of it.
I don't know.
You can't do that. That's all.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
You're being facetious.
I'm not. They enforce it wrong more than half the time when they enforce it now.
Which is why you should bring back being able to challenge that penalty.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Challenge a holding. Challenge a pass interference.
Here's the problem, Ryan.
Holding, no.
Holding, no, because they could call holding.
Calls that go wrong.
Well, J.J. Watt gets held. I mean,
they could call holding on every play. Again,
well, that's also why you could limit the amount of challenges that you have in a game. So that way it's situational.
I'm definitely not. I'm total disagreement here.
I want to get the game right.
Yes.
That football, no one cares. If football was 5 hours, no one would care.
And coming from me, this will be a shocker because of how much I don't like refs.
Okay.
They still get it right a lot more than they don't.
Well, I think Ray Charles could do that too.
Not true, but that's
because he's dead.
But
That's why I said that, Frank.
More than they don't. But it's a matter of are they getting the correct calls right in the moment that they need to?
Here's my one counter to that. The one failure with that last night was they have this eye in the sky.
Yes.
The eye in the sky should have been able to tell them, hey, you called it on the wrong guy. Go fix it.
Yeah.
That is the only circumstance where I think it's okay for there to be a quote unquote review.
Well,
you should not have. We already did the pass interference thing. It was a disaster.
True, but there could be a better way to do it, maybe.
But I'm in the camp that if it's something egregious like that,
not necessarily challenging it, but having more power from upstairs.
You can have if it's an egregious miss. Or something like that, where they legitimately get the penalty right, but called on the wrong guy. Sure, go to the eye in the sky. But you can't be letting coaches challenge whatever the hell they want because the games will.
A limited number.
That will never happen, though. And people will stop challenging stuff also. Like, it will be like the pass interference thing where they won't overturn things and then it will go away.
I don't know.
You're not throwing it?
It's okay. I know I'm right on this one, guys. Sorry.
No. I understand where you're coming from. No one cares how long NFL games are. I want the game right. What if in the Super Bowl it comes down to a play like that?
I already had that happen 2 years ago where the Eagles thought they got screwed on a call that hadn't been made all day, even though it probably was a penalty, but that crew hadn't called it all day.
Well, but we've seen this each of the last 2 weeks with the dramas in the Chiefs game of them not getting them getting the pass interference call against the Bengals, them not getting against the Falcons.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. They were getting that call against the Bengals on replay also.
No, I know.
So
I'm not saying that it wasn't the right call. I'm saying that the drama of this wasn't the right call. That gets solved by you being able to challenge and go and review.
I don't know. With you picking a good helmet out of there now?
I was going to say whatever helmet I pick out, I have to bet $5 on.
Okay. The Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, you have to pick one out. That's going to put. I want to say Monday we have Alex White will be here on Monday. We appreciate. We had a great week here. Ryan and Jerry and Ann and Sean. Thank you. Also, Kane. You have to pick the Steelers. This couldn't have ended better. Pick one for Ryan. See if you get the Bears. You have to bet $5 on the Steelers.
Oh no, that's so bad.
You have to bet. And last but not least, Ryan has to bet $5 on.
Give me the Patriots. Give me the Patriots.
Yes. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah.
$5 bets. $5 bets. We'll see you on Monday. Punchlines live and about every show. Jeff Pearl, thank you.